The incident. A storm rages as Claire Hensley, a respected trauma therapist, drives home late after a long session with a suicidal patient. The radio cuts in and out, static blending with the thunder. Suddenly, a figure appears in her headlights. She swerves but hears the thud of impact. Panicked, she steps out with her flashlight, finding only blood smeared across the road and torn fabric fluttering in the wind. No body. The camera lingers on her terrified face as lightning flashes. A faint whisper echoes. Claire. At the police station, Claire nervously explains what happened. Detective Ethan Cross, calm but skeptical, examines her car. There's no damage, no trace of blood. He gently suggests fatigue or a hallucination. Claire insists, I hit someone. I know I did. When she returns home, the power flickers. The same whispering voice returns, echoing faintly through the vents. Her security lights flicker on and off, showing a shadowed silhouette watching from the tree line. Over the next few days, Claire becomes increasingly anxious. Her phone rings late at night. No one on the other end except heavy breathing. Her door is left ajar in the morning. Her best friend Lena, a nurse, visits, insisting Claire's just exhausted. Claire tries to laugh it off until she finds muddy footprints leading from the back porch into her kitchen. The sequence ends with a chilling image. Claire locking her door, then hearing a whisper from inside the house. You can't lock me out. At her clinic, Claire starts sessions with a new patient. Marcus Vale, late 30s, composed yet unnervingly calm. He claims to have memory lapses and vivid dreams of watching a woman sleep. As the sessions go on, Marcus begins saying things that echo Claire's private life. You still keep that blue mug by your bed? Or the storm hasn't stopped, has it? Claire freezes. He smiles faintly. I dreamt it. Claire wakes to the sound of dripping water. In the bathroom mirror, she sees the word vicious written in red across the glass. Shaking, she calls Ethan, who arrives within minutes, but the writing is gone. He looks at her with concern. Maybe you need rest. That night, Claire dreams of standing in her driveway, whispering the same word, vicious, over and over in a man's voice. When she wakes, the window is open, and her reflection in the glass doesn't move with her. Claire begins documenting her experiences, setting up cameras, and recording her sessions. Watching one of the night recordings, she sees herself rise from bed at 3:03 a.m., walk to the corner, and whisper in a deep, male voice, he's inside now. Her face is blank. She plays it again and again, horrified. She calls Lena, who insists on staying the night. When Lena wakes at 3:03, she finds Claire standing over her, whispering in that same inhuman voice. Claire returns to the clinic and demands Marcus's file, but it's gone. Her receptionist insists no patient by that name exists. When she checks the sign-in log, Marcus's signature has vanished. She runs into the hallway, shouting his name, and spots him watching from outside across the street. She rushes after him, but when she turns the corner, he's gone. On the wall, someone has scratched vicious into the brick. Flashbacks reveal Claire's fractured past. Her younger brother Aaron, diagnosed with violent psychosis. He attacked her during an argument and was institutionalized. Claire blamed herself, signing the commitment papers. Months later, Aaron died in a facility fire. His last words to her were, "You'll never forget me." Now, as she dreams of that night, Aaron's charred face appears in the fire, whispering, "I'm still here." Claire experiences looping nightmares, waking up, finding herself back in bed, waking up again. In one version, Marcus sits beside her, saying softly, "You call me back." The next morning, her walls are covered in handprints. Ethan visits and finds no evidence, but Claire's eyes are bloodshot, her nails torn. He warns her, "If this is your brother, it's not him anymore." Ethan takes Claire to a psychiatric ward for observation. The head doctor, Dr. Reeve, interviews her. Reeve's face subtly changes mid-conversation, half his features morphing into Aaron's. Claire screams. The lights flicker violently. When the staff rush in, she's alone in the room, clutching her head. Security footage later shows her screaming at empty air. Determined to prove her sanity, Claire returns home and rigs every room with cameras. The atmosphere is suffocating, creaking wood, shadows that move just out of frame. At 3:03 a.m., the cameras record a man emerging from her closet, standing over her, whispering indistinctly. The next morning, all footage has been erased, except one frame. A blurry close-up of a male face pressed against the lens, grinning. Ethan tracks down the psychiatric institution where Aaron died. He finds classified documents describing an experimental study in trauma empathy transfer, an attempt to link the emotions of siblings through neurological conditioning. Aaron's file was marked subject terminated, but the notes reveal something chilling. His consciousness exhibited residual persistence. In simpler terms, part of Aaron may have survived through Claire. Back home, Claire confronts herself in the bathroom mirror. She whispers, "You're not real." Her reflection smiles back. The reflection's voice, Aaron's voice, says, "I'm more real than you." As the lights flicker, her reflection steps forward out of the mirror, placing its hand on her cheek. The mirror cracks. Claire screams as it shatters, covering the floor with shards reflecting 100 versions of herself, all whispering vicious. The next morning, Claire wakes up covered in bruises and ash. Her reflection now moves a second later than she does. She begins losing time, waking up miles from home with no memory of how she got there. Ethan arrives and finds Claire carving Aaron into the wall. Her voice is now split, her own and her brother's overlapping. Ethan tries to restrain her, pleading, "Claire, fight him." But the entity laughs through her. She doesn't want to. Ethan fires his gun, missing. The bullet hits a mirror, shattering it into dust. Claire collapses, sobbing. He's too strong. Ethan realizes Aaron isn't haunting her. He is her. Claire sets fire to her own home, determined to destroy the entity. Inside the inferno, she sees Aaron's figure materialize, burned, screaming, accusing her. The walls twist into the shape of their childhood house. Aaron pleads, "You left me." Claire screams back, "Because you were killing me." She grabs a burning wooden beam and drives it through his apparition. The flames consume them both as she collapses in tears. Firefighters rescue Claire from the wreckage. She's alive but unconscious. Ethan sits beside her hospital bed, her face bandaged and pale. He whispers, "You're safe now." Her lips move faintly, forming one word, "vicious." Claire moves into a new apartment. She's quiet, distant, and begins seeing new patients again. When one of them introduces himself, "Hi, I'm Marcus," her eyes flicker, but she smiles calmly. That night, she hums softly to herself. The mirror behind her faintly ripples like disturbed water. Marcus returns for another session. This time, he sits silently, watching. Claire leans forward, her tone cold and deliberate. Her voice deepens slightly. "Welcome back, brother." He smirks. "Missed me?" The lights dim, the air grows still, and both begin laughing, one in her voice, one in his. The camera pans outside the office. A newspaper blows across the street, showing a headline. "Therapist dies in house fire. Authorities find no survivors." The date matches the night of the fire. The camera slowly pans up to Claire's office window, where her shadow moves independently from her body, staring out with Aaron's eyes.